way. And you can see the overall match, the win percentage. Here we go. Odi Bakshi's on the line. That field suspension S15. Jonathan Castro LTH Toyota GR86. Let's see how they fare. Again, that chase car can't leave the line a little bit early just to pace themselves. And Odi Bakshi's got a clean start. Here they go, tip to tail. Going in on our first battle of our top 16. Odi Bakshi's initiates. Jonathan Castro a little bit lower than Odi Bakshi's. Odi Bakshi's good there. You see Jonathan Castro kind of dodging back and forth. Good transition for both of them. Really clean, smooth, and fluid. You can see those Excel lights on Odi Bakshi's windscreen. Jonathan Castro taking a bit shallower line than Odi Bakshi's using all the track, and look at that, proof positive there. You see that back fender exploding, taking out that inside clip is Jonathan Castro. So overall, a good run for Odi Bakshi's out front. Jonathan Castro, I think, needs to get a little bit closer and a little bit deeper on those outside zones.
Yeah, talk about an amazing way to start our top 16. Odi Bakshi's on throttle all the time, all the way up to the wall, and just holds it there. Absolutely planted, like he's glued to it. But Castro staying on the inside, would like to see him kind of a little bit deeper back. Now, Odi does have a little bit of room to make up there on that inside clip as he transitions, but he gets on the throttle right away through the second outside zone. You see Castro has decent proximity, but he's on a much tighter line. He has to pull angle out to do it, but realistically, not bad from either driver here. I really, really like what Odi's doing at the lead. If he continues to do this all night, this is going to lead him to the box very quickly. Castro not doing too bad. Just, you know, it's just, I'd like to see him on a better line. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, and totally. I couldn't agree more, brother. Taking a look at some scenarios here. Osbo can actually slide, because currently standings, overall championship.
Right.
Odi sits in second. Osbo can jump up to second place overall if Odi's knocked down to 16 and he wins.
Okay.
And Manoa can actually get third if Osbo gets knocked out before the finals and Manoa wins, or if Osbo's knocked out in top 16, Manoa makes it to the finals. So scenarios as far as second and third overall are still up for grabs. It's not locked, not definitive that Odi Bakshi's is second, Freddie's in third. It's really a battle between second through fourth, because Manoa is part of the conversation. That's crazy.
From what it sounds like, if Odi wins this, he will then lock in second. It'll become a battle for third after that.
Yes.
So we're gonna know pretty well, you know, what's going on right after this section.
Yeah, and that's just, again, momentum for Odi. I feel like he's always in this scenario. And if you haven't downloaded the app, download it now, because guess what? The FD Unlocked app, it's all access, baby, because we got exclusive camera angles, both in-car, on-track, zero latency.
Crazy.
And you tested it, dude. It's like immediate.
It's great.
Live telemetry. Experience the Unlocked experience now. Available in iOS and Android stores. Powered by Torque Hub. Shout out to the D.
I think we're going to add some more nerdy data stuff to it. I was chatting with Dennis. Yeah, like I need more data, baby.
Okay. I like data too.
Yeah.
I like lamp.
I like lamp.
I like lamp.
You just
I like data.
You like and say that you.
I like camera. All right.
I like Robbie.
Yeah. Jonathan Castro, Odi Bakshi's. Here we go. Castro out front. That LTH Toyota GR. Scratch up and reverse it.
We're getting quite a few cone dings on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't change anything up, did we? Little nerves. Yeah. Chris
Irwindale nerves.
Our track master here, Chris, just saying it's the nerves. Has nothing to do with the cones.
Yeah. Chris, again, the overlord up here.
Yeah.
He's kind of, you know, overlooking it. That was his wife that sang the national anthem, if you're here in the building. Amazing job by Emily Yule. Just a quick little shout out here. 3 strikes and you're out. This is the only traditional thing we have here. 3 strikes and you're out. That's 1 strike. Cone was hit. And again, if the lead driver leaves the line before the lights are extinguished or ices the other driver, it's 2 formula drifts. 1 formula drift, 2 formula drifts. If you ice him, that's another strike. So there's a few different ways where you get a strike, but guess what? It's all out the window because we got a clean start. Jonathan Castro initiates. That's what you're looking for. Good job. But look at Odi jump to the side of Castro. Looks like he's down a little bit. And Castro kind of going offline. That was a weird way of getting to that transition on that traditional start finish in Odi Bakshi's. You can see him, really good job mimicking, not doing too much, doing just enough as Odi Bakshi's crosses the line.
Yeah, wow, Odi. I mean, adapting to everything that Castro kind of threw at him, and there was a bunch of things that very much could have screwed up a chase driver, and Odie was able to get it really, really figured out. So you can see there that it took a little bit for Castro to really get initiated, and then Odie actually goes deeper in that zone than Castro does. Castro actually goes wide. He goes off track there. He may have gone 2 full wheels off track in that section. And then through here, Castro's on a much tighter line, but Odie holding the exact same line, a little bit of wavering, but keeping the proximity, keeping the angle, and almost perfect all the way through this section. So Castro's lead definitely has some room for improvement, some things I would like to see out of it. But to see how Odie is able to adapt to that is incredible.
Yeah, really, really well done there by Odie Bakshis, and it looks like Odie Bakshis gets the win. Jonathan Castro, also to clarify, if it's 2 tires off is an incomplete. I don't think Castro did go 2 tires off.
Close,
it was close, but I don't think definitive. But regardless, Odie, like you said, that car control, the Cape, and again, Forsberg here in Southern California, about to marry his lovely fiancée and soon-to-be bride Liz here in just a little bit. And here we go.
Looks like over the period of history, 18 times they've killed each other.
Yeah, here we go. So that was just a little bit. Here we go. Chris Forsberg initiating in his NOS energy drink, all new Z, and look at that. Ryan Turk getting good proximity, but not mimicking the angle. He needs to just dip that back end out there a little bit. But this is what I was talking about. Forsberg is due. Saw some sparks there from Ryan Turk. Forsberg, this is a bro! Just, I said it, a good lead run. We get that tight angle, and again, want to see different angles here, different perspectives. Looks like Forsberg might have just lost power, and man, that car is just banged up. Turk has taken it into the wall a couple times. As I know, my man Steve Mateus is out here watching. Shout out to him and the Rockstar family. Right there, up close and personal. Let's take a look at it because we were looking at the wall.
Yeah. I mean, Chris has had this car really loose, not a ton of speed into it, but he's able to fill the zones really well. And look at Turk just fighting the car the entire time. Yeah, there was some strange sparks that came out of the rear end of Ryan Turk. Another one again. So I don't know if that's the brake. It could be, the e-brake that he's going up, but then it just looks like Forsberg just over-rotates and Turk's got really nowhere to go. So that's quite the e-brake if it's grabbing sparks like that.
Yeah, dude, he is yanking that thing, man.
I don't know what pads those are, but titanium, I guess. But yeah, it just, Forsberg looks like, I mean, he's got good momentum through here. Everything looks really, really good. And then Forsberg just loses it. Yeah, just
he tapped the brakes. You see that? It looked like maybe knew he was going to. Maybe, I don't, that was very uncharacteristic of Forsberg.
And this is the hard thing. We talk about loosening up the car to make it easy to drive. There is a point where the car becomes a little bit too loose. Yeah, look at the big left foot brake. He stays in throttle, and then the car just comes around. He's not able to get it corrected again. So very uncharacteristic of Chris Forsberg. I can't think of a time that he's spun out and run in at least recent history.
Yeah, and that just was a total move right there, unfortunately, for Forsberg. And gonna see. This is the first portion of the battle, so they do need to deem who's at fault, Forsberg or Turk.
Yeah, I didn't see any contact from Turk ahead of that to prelude that, but
right.
Yeah. It's always crazy too, because like sometimes like, there was nothing, and then you go back and you're like, there's just this small moment that did something. But I really want to know what kind of e-brake he's running to be throwing sparks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the new thing. That's the new trend the kids are doing, right?
Yeah.
Sparking e-brakes.
And by the way, Biddies was sharing some photos with me as far as Turk's car. Brian Hartsock, excuse me, had a huge hole. So look at this. He's sending me some photos, and he basically said the shock tower has a fist-size hole in it. So
that is not
car
good.
has definitely taken some damage.
Yeah, I think this car will be seeing a pretty good overhaul. I mean, if not a brand new chassis going into next year or something like that.
So Chris Forsberg is at fault. No contact from Ryan Turk to make the crash happen. So it was independent by Chris Forsberg. Also want to see if there's any debris out there on track, and no, there was not. So any fluids from maybe a previous battle or any debris from Odie and Castro, and that was not the case. So yeah, obviously get some oil out there, or get some.
It's happened, right?
Yeah.
We've a small bit of oil drops out that we miss, and then we come back over it. And more than we originally thought.
And the speeds are going and all that. Yeah, it's easy to do. So, all right, there he is, the champ, the 4-time champ. In the burnout box, the 4-time champ going against Matt Field. And these guys have history last year.
Yeah, I mean, that was the incident in practice, was James Dean and Matt Field. Obviously nothing malicious. It was just a wheel-on-wheel contact, and the way things worked, I vividly remember it. You and I sitting here just about to get ready to go on air, and we looked over and saw the whole thing go together.
See the underside of the car.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, you know, when on that second outside zone, he's right-hand drive, so that in-car was insane.
Yeah.
So, all right, Pure Cork, representing Cork, Ireland. That's right, James the Machine Dean going against Matt Field. Matt Field would love to get on the podium and just end the season on a high.
Yeah.
He has what it takes. He definitely has what it takes. That Borla exhaust, heat wave visuals, lean customs Corvette. Here goes James Dean out the gate. He's riding high right now, though. Literally, as he gets high on the bank, Matt Field again, there's that good proximity. He mimics that angle. Well done. He throws it out there, has to back off a little bit. The Beast in the Bay chasing down the machine. In the second outside zone comes a gun blazing. In that second outside zone, look at James Dean. Set it and forget it. But Matt Field bringing the heat. Great proximity. Aggressive driving. Well done. Stomp your feet, Irwindale. Make some noise.
The coolest thing about getting to chase James Dean is you know you can throw it as hard as you possibly can, and hopefully it'll be enough. Because he's one of the most predictable drivers out there, and it's going to be a 100-point run in front of you almost every time. Look at Matt Field. Just a little body check there on James Dean, who throws even more angle. They come off the bank. Look at the angle he's hucking through there, the amount of speed he's got. And then James Dean gets back on the throttle through the second outside zone, and then Matt Field just trying to worm his way in as close as he possibly can to the side of James Dean's car. Man. Epic.
And you hit the nail on the head, man. You know what to expect from James Dean, where he's at, how he's going to get it done. You've seen how he drives. No tomfoolery, you know, nothing dramatic. And obviously with him having 3 podiums, you know what to expect. And he's driven here multiple times, so he's familiar with the track, and that gives Matt confidence, a little trust fall, you know, like just crossing his arms and falling his arms.
Right here, this transition to the inside clip. The only way you can pull that off is if you have 100% trust in the driver that's in front of you, not to check up. And Chris Forsberg, Matt Field has that trust in James Dean. He's able to push as hard as he possibly can. He can run that bumper the entire time and not have to worry that James Dean is going to do anything strange.
Yep, and now Matt Field is out front. Matt Field out front, James Dean chase position. He would love to add to the trophy collection. A lot of Irish folk making the trip over here, cheering on James. There goes Matt Field initiating into the bank. And look at that, Matt Field, great angle there. Look at James just really kind of just going back and forth. Watch his car. Watch how close he gets. I think he's going to reel him in. That's the side bite that these Mustangs have. You see it right there. He jumps to the side of the Corvette. Wow, look at that. He's banging doors. Oh, doctor, make some noise. James Dean, Matt Field. These are the battles we anticipated, and it just coagulates and just gets refined as we go on from 32, 16, 8-4, and the winner. Well done, boys.
This is a finals battle we're getting to witness in top 16. That's exactly what this is. Look at James Dean. He's almost pushing Matt Field deeper into the first outside zone, mirroring it, mimicking it, doing just miming everything that Matt Field's doing up front. Now Matt throws a bit extra angle coming through the zone, and then look at James Dean able to get in there. I mean, the only way you're going to have a chase like this, similar to what we saw on the previous run, is by having a lead like that. Matt Field has an excellent lead run all the way through. James Dean is able to push that hard because of that trust, and that's what's so cool when you get to this level. You know the driver that's in front of you is not going to play any games. They're there to put down a 100-point qualifying run, and you get to run the exact same thing behind them. I know we need a side-by-side.
Yeah, they've
100%.
already requested it. Yeah. It's already in the can.
All right, this is where I'm going to try and nitpick any of this, which just feels so wrong for how good both these drivers are. I would say Matt Field doesn't have quite the same angle that James Dean does in his lead run. They get that nailed out a little bit later. Matt Field doesn't quite get the same proximity. Then through this transition part, it does look like Matt Field is able to get into the pocket slightly sooner than James Dean is. But, man, and then through the rest of it, it's a scratch. There's nothing between them at that point. So there's just very small, minute points about who's in the zone longer and who's in it a little bit deeper. And when I say deeper, I mean we're like the difference between 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah, just that was so tight in a great way. You know, we've really tried to minimize one more times, but awarding the runs that are deserved of seeing them run again.
Yeah, this may come down to who's gonna break first.
Here we go. Look at this. James Dean, Matt Field, slide him left, slide him right. One more time. One more time. Oh, look at that. Reese, always the disruptor.
Dang.
He says James Dean.
Dives in, which is great. Not a lot of drivers have been doing that. A lot of them have been hanging back. Jeff actually dives to the inside through that section. And then through here, you can see Jeff starts to let Ken walk away a little bit. And I think that's just he's seeing how shallow Ken is through it, or Ken's able to just get more speed because he's on a tighter line. And Jeff just holds things down. It was a very mature run from Jeff Jones.
Well said, well said. Here we go. Jeff Jones, Ken Gucci. Slide him left for Jeff Jones, or right for Gucci, and Jeff Jones gets the win. Jones advances. Ken Gucci knocked out. So Jones advances on. He's going to go against either James Dean or Matt Field. We talked about this in 32. Just the way Jones is driving. He's on. Oh, look at that. He's giving him a little. Love you, brother.
Yeah. Love the goggles.
Yeah. He's built for speed.
Goggles Paisano right there.
Yeah. Sultan. All right, so Odi Bakshis sits waiting to see who's going to come out on top between Forsberg and Turk. And if you recall, Forsberg had that mistake there on that second outside zone. There's Matt Field taking a look at him. Chow Rang Shaka. And he's heads back out there. Head to that line. And now we are seeing, yeah, and a reminder, this is the first battle here. First outside zone, no problem. And then you can see Ryan Turk chasing him down. Now watch right here, this is where Forsberg, boom, just spun, right? You know, no contact with Turk, not even with the wall, just totally looped it, so weird.
Yeah, it's all the side right let go, and I mean, nowhere to go but into the wall.
Such a bummer for him. So he's, you know, admittedly, Forsberg kind of is ideally trying to force a mistake. And Ryan Turk out front. So here we go, Ryan Turk out front, the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, the Rockstar Energy Drink Pilot. And looks the unanimous decision. Chris Forsberg unfortunately knocked out, but Turk continues on. He will be going against Odi Bakshis in the Great Eight.
And I mean, a good points bump as well for Ryan Turk. That'll hopefully help him move up a little bit more. I mean, he does have Matt Field, who's directly above him, so I know he'll be watching that battle quite closely. If Matt Field goes out early, that could help move Turk up a little bit higher, maybe even to fifth if things go right.
All right, taking a look. There we are looking at Forsberg. Again, talking to Ryan Turk. His season's done, but definitely hold his head high. Always a crowd favorite. You know, just a staple in the Formula Drift world. Would love to see him on the box, but not going to happen here in Irwindale. All right, so this is the one more time battle, and hey, Robbie, can we throw on your headset real quick? And they, the split decision 2-1. But Robbie, your justification there for going one more time between these two.
All right, so up until we saw the side-by-side replay, I was agreed with how Reese gave it to Dean, and I was going to go with Dean as well. But as I was watching the side-by-side, I kind of noticed that Dean wasn't as out on some of the, here we go, like the bank. I thought he was higher from where I was seeing it towards the end. They were both coming off. I'm talking about in the lead position, in the chase position as well. There were some parts that James Dean was deeper and matching.
Tidy, and I like the word used earlier, mature.
Yeah, and let's take what Robbie had said there and use that as our judging guide here. Now James Dean on the wall the entire time. So, he has corrected that. Through that inside clip, both cars absolutely flying. Second outside zone, same thing, James Dean is on the wall. Matt Field in the chase, a little bit of hunting back and forth, but not a lot. It wasn't a ton of surging. He is keeping it where the judges are looking for it, front wheel into the door of the lead driver, mirroring the line, mirroring the angle to the best of your ability. So you do see some of that worming back and forth of Matt Field, and that's to gain that proximity. So it's one of those, you kind of got to give up something to gain something else. In this case, he'll give up a little bit of angle to gain some proximity. And And that's what that warming back and forth is that you're seeing from Matt Field in the chase. But James Dean out front, I mean, just perfection once again. On the wall, filling all the zones. I mean, inside clip one, maybe some more angle.
Yeah.
That's about all I got.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, I really liked the consistency of that run, especially the chase of Matt Field compared to what he did on that first run. I think, like I said, that just showed refinement. Here we go, Matt Field now out front, James Dean in that chase position. Here goes Matt Field, initiates high on the bank. James Dean actually a little bit lower. You see him just massage the car right there to the side. And now James Dean looks like he's doing something similar as well as far as car setup and where he's at. And look at him just slowly reeling him in. Dragging bumper by both these guys. Come on now. Look at this. You know, it's just the consistency is so sick.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
We might be here all night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some meals sent up here, so I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a late night, boys.
There's Ryan Turk and his team looking on.
Yeah, Judge is already asking for a side-by-side once again. I mean, guaranteed, there's no way you're gonna be able to understand exactly who wins this off the first glance. So, yeah, James Dean not quite as high for the first part of that. Does get a little bit more surging, gets into the pocket where he needs to be, but Matt Field looks really good. I really like what James Dean does here, where he pushes in on that inside clip. It's so difficult to do, and it's so risky. And then through here, James Dean, just perfect mirror all the way through. Look at that. It is remarkable how he's able to do that. Matt Field, though, gives him a perfect opportunity to be able to do that by providing a bunch of angle through those runs. Lots of great line all the way through, and just very, very consistent. And yeah, these are two legends of the sport just going head to head. I mean, once again, this should be a finals battle.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we come to expect here. You know, in 16, just when it really refines and gets down to this. Here we are looking at the side-by-side once again.
So let's look for the depth in those zones. So in the lead, it does look like James Dean was in that zone a little bit earlier and as full as Matt Field. So that could be a small point there. Through the inside clip, I mean, that might be it there. James Dean dives in on the inside, whereas Matt Field doesn't on the inside clip. Through this outside zone, though, I mean, Matt Field supersedes James maybe just a touch, whereas James is a little bit more back and on the door. So, yeah, really, really tough. It really may come down to that inside clip. That's the only glaring thing that I'm seeing, which is wild because it's such a ballsy thing to do. Like, just to dive in, because you only have a split second and you got to get back into the pocket and back around.
Here we are, slide him left for Dean, right for Field, and James Dean gets the victory. James Dean continues on. I would say James's chase, just looking at that overall. Hey, Reese, Brian, or Robbie, one of you guys just throw your headset on. Just after two amazing battles there. Reese, going to you, bud. Just real quick. Was it the chase that really was a deciding factor, James Dean?
Actually, for me, the deciding factor was going into the last zone. James Dean was actually deeper going into outside zone 3 than Field was. So,
oh wow,
for real, for me, that's what really pointed it out, and what ultimately gave the win to Dean.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we really do focus on the first and second outside zone a lot, but yeah, I mean, you can't forget there is a box right at the end of the track.
Absolutely, it was an amazing battle. I'm sure there was takeaways from both of the drivers, but ultimately at the very end, if you watch it again, James Dean is like as close
just
as you
dunking on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just dunking on him. Okay.
Not taking anything away from Field, but it was went to Dean this one.
Unfortunately, he's going against James Dean, who's the champ.
Yeah.
So all right, all right. Thank you, thank you, Reese. All right, so hey, here we are halfway through our top 16. Have you seen the autonomous drift car?
No,
dude, it's down there. What? I know, Stanford. Dude, look at this. It's bonkers. Take a look.
Look obvious. We do see Osbo back a little bit, so I'm wondering if he's going to take his option to get the car looked at after that contact.
Yeah, he's
maybe they may also be. I mean, usually the GoPro guy is a little further ahead.
Yeah, so. No, that's no. I can see TJ right there.
Yeah,
he's strapping him on Brandon's car.
So we'll see if he. I mean, if he pulls ahead.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, if he pulls ahead, then we know he's ready, and if he pulls a 180, then they're gonna go take a little look-see-loo.
think he might be good to go. I don't know. He's talking to let's see, our starter, and pulling the line. We're good to go. All right, let's see it. We are officially more than halfway through our top 16. And looks like, yeah, they are good to go. The Type S lights are on. We're in our Royal Purple top 16. Royal Purple, the synthetic experts, the official engine oil of Formula Drift. Brandon Sorensen initiates into the bank. Saw him just go straight line right into it. Nothing crazy, and that allows Frederick to sit right there in the pocket. Transition right on that first hash mark. Ooh, look at Freddie. Well done by Freddie. I mean, that was perfectly timed. But look at Brandon. Amazing lead run. Solid lead run by Brandon Sorensen. Freddie looked like almost tapped. I think he might have tapped the wall.
Jeez. That was
sick. It was so fluid, dude. That was just like water, dude. Like Bruce Lee, man. He just dropped right in that second outside zone.
Reese just turned around and said something to me that explains this perfectly, and that's intuition, and that's what you see from Frederick Oswald in the chase. And that being said, Brandon's like right here. Watch this. It's transition, and then he pulls speed in so he can slingshot. Oh man, I love drifting. That move there is so difficult to do. To be able to throw the car faster, surpass the car, and then check it up before you make contact. He did what Brandon Sorensen was trying to do in the previous run and nailed it. Now, Brandon Sorensen right now is doing something that's very difficult to do, which is making small corrections without making it massively visible to everybody else. But, dude, Frederick Oswald is such a sick move.
That was, so this is what I was talking about. Not the changing of the guard. Young guns are coming, but again, respect your elders.
Yeah.
And that was awareness. You know, he's like a cat in whiskers. Like, you know, that just, nope, I'm not going to go there, but boom, just slid right into that. And that was, like you said, intuition, or like Reese said, intuition.
Yeah, you can see him preload it even before they come off the bank, where he actually pulls back a little bit, allows Brandon to transition, and then pushes the speed at that point and follows it through the inside clip and then the outside zone. Man, wild.
Yeah, really well done there. The director asked, hey, do you want to see side-by-side? They're like, no way. Nope, done. Frederick Osbo gets the win. That was just a solid move there. Let's throw it down to Cerise, who is with another Rockstar Energy Drink pilot, Ryan Turk.
A rock star is an understatement, guys. I am joined by, of course, Ryan Turk, and we got Chelsea in the pits as well. Now, you have the next battle going against Odie. You guys are OGs in the scene. We've seen a lot of young bucks coming up in the season this year. What do you think is about the push to get all these young new faces in the series?
I just think that the sport keeps growing younger. We keep getting, you know, the sport's creating younger and younger talented kids that are coming up very quickly. And I said, I think I said this the other night. I think we can now use the word in our sport, which I think is a big, massive thing, is having phenoms in the sport. I grew up racing motocross, and there was a lot of phenom kids growing up that were very young and fast on dirt bikes. And I think hearing that word, or having that word here in the sport of drifting, professional drifting, is a huge compliment to our sport and the talent that is showing up and what the sport is producing, which is some amazing driving out there.
Yeah, and you're absolutely a part of that. We have a phenom going up now. We have Hiro Manoa getting on the line, and he's about to throw down as well. So best of luck. Get out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a better segue to talk about a phenom. Hiro Manoa, not once but twice podiums at 14 years old. Congratulations to him. But guess what? The dozer, he ain't no pushover. He says, cool story, bro. Hold my Royal Purple bottle. As Dylan Hughes and Hiro Manoa. And it's so kind of unfortunate, solemn, but at the same time celebratory. Every loss is a season ender.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, just that's it. That's like, see you in Long Beach. Or see you at the banquet tomorrow night. But yeah. All right, so here we go. Hiro Manoa. Dylan Hughes maybe give himself a little bit too much room here. But look at, he jumps up there. He's got good proximity. And Hiro Manoa, who is definitely a phenom in the sport. Great word, Ryan Turk. Transition in there. And Dylan Hughes, you see that? So look, he jumps up, has to back off. Looked like Hiro maybe checked up. So Dylan quickly reacted. Big angle from Hiro. That was kind of maxed out angle there. That might have been a bit of a roadblock. I want to see different angles of that, but Dylan was really good at adapting because, again, Hero in the chase was a little jerky, and he was a little jerky up front.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there was more hesitation and more corrections that we normally see from Manoa. I mean, I really do like the inside clip once again here, but out into this zone, just not able to get it, not able to get the car settled. He is struggling with the first part of our second outside zone. He did it in the chase, he did it in the lead. I like the little huck of angle here at the end, and then Dylan just gives him a little, all right, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a young man once too.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, you see Dylan grow up.
Exactly. How soon we forget what Dylan Hughes was like, when he was in his teens back in Pro 2. And I think he knows how to drive against a driver like this. He does a really good job. Manoa just not getting the angle that we're kind of used to. I don't know why exactly, what's been different here. I don't know if he's just not used to seeing track development or track changes like this. So either way, I mean, great run from both of them. I really like how Dylan got aggressive on it and really pushed the pace, and Manoa just had mistakes that we're not used to him seeing.
Yeah, and again, this is another scenario. We talk about these phenoms, these rising stars, the young guns, but get taken out by Osbo and now Dylan Hughes. So, hey, Dylan, Osbo, Hero, congratulations, Rookie of the Year. There's no way the closest is Shanahan. He's back in 11th. Hero out. So what that's telling me is pretty much second and third. Odie, Frederick, they should be locked in for second and third. I don't think there's any way that Osbo could surpass Odie Bakshis. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Shanahan, Sharifo, Hurst, and Adam LZ here at a Royal Purple Top 16 here at the House of Drift.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Has to back off to then get back into the pocket again. So a little bit aggressive. I'd like to see how Hurst adds even more angle as he pushes through our second inside clip and then out to our third outside zone, which doesn't feel all the way. So Hurst's lead was a little strange, not very smooth, but Adam being really aggressive highlighted it a little bit more in the chase. So Adam's got to kind of dial things back a little bit. Hurst can run away from drivers, but it really does take Hurst some time to light off again. It is a decel zone through there. He is able to do it, but I think Adam was anticipating that Jonathan would get on throttle a little bit sooner, and it caused him to cut to the inside as we see the sparks come out from the bottom of that XLR.
All right, let's see what LZ can do out front. Yeah, LZ was kind of shimming his way around.
I mean, it might just mean that car is a little bit faster, and we'll see that here real soon.
That's what I was kind of anticipating, or assuming here. Here we go. LZ, look at that. I mean, just lighting him up like a drag dog. Ooh, it comes out of drift just a little bit. See, but no, actually just maybe fighting the car a little bit, but it's definitely got a lot of power. It is a ripper. Look at this Grand Canyon. I mean, he barely can keep both of them in frame. LZ, he's off to the races. Still with angle. But yeah, that's proof why he was doing what he was doing, that chase position. He just slingshotted to the moon, baby.
Well, and this now becomes the category of potentially inactive chase. So Hurst just really not able to get the power down. Just maybe there's something going on. He has rebuilt this car, I mean, from top to bottom already at least once this weekend. But yeah, I mean,
that car was always in the sky in the fifth.
Yeah, I mean, they've put a ton of work into it, but it just really does feel like he wasn't able to put the power down. Something's going on there, but Adam just in a completely different district at this point through that run, and I mean, it was tough to even get the cameras wide enough for it. So, it looks like Jonathan Spotter's up here right now, just having a quick conversation with Chris. But yeah, really, really wild there. I think we're going to
Here we are.
decision pretty quick.
Slide him left for Hurst or right for Adam LZ. LZ gets the victory unanimously. LZ advances on, and I'm hearing that about 2 minutes left for Federico Sharifo, who is intended to go against Connor Shanahan. So taking a look, let's take a look at our BC Racing clip tip.
It's fine. Can you see it? What's up, everybody? I'm Chelsea Denofa, still the current Formula Drift champion for about one more day. And this is your BC Racing clip tip. Basically, this is interclip 1. This is it right in front of the judges. They get the best view of this spot, so you want to make sure you are right on it. And when I say on it, I mean tire on this line, front bumper right here. As you can see, it's been hit a few times today because people get a little greedy, because being close to this can make the difference of winning or losing. How you set up for this coming off the bank is also really important. You want to fill the whole outer zone 1, transition, get wide, and then come across this with really good angle, kind of give a wave to the judges. And then after you pass this, transition to go into outer zone 2. So while this might seem like a simple little manji down here, this is very, very difficult to get when you're flying at a wall at about 80 miles an hour. This has been your BC Racing clip tip.
That was a big hit. Let's run it back. Let's see what's going on here. Make some noise for him again. Oh, look at that front right corner. Yeah, that front right, that is smoked. And you can see Ryan Turk, he's still in the car. And we're going to take a look at this, just make sure they're okay. Ambulance heading over. Odie's going to inspect his vehicle. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a really big hit. There's a lot of speed going through there. There is some separation. The more separation that you see, the harder that hit's going to end up being. But taking a look at the first part of this run, I mean, Odie Bakshi's looks great. The car looks great. Everything is really settled and stable. And let's see when they transition to this second outside zone where this occurs. I mean, right now Turk's already fighting. We see that separation that comes out. And then as they come through, so it looks like, yeah, Ryan Turk catches the front wheel of Odie, causes him to steer right, and then that pushes him right towards the wall at full speed. Thankfully, it only, Odie was able to get the rear end back out and catch it there. And I mean, there was definitely some media guys nearby as well. Thankfully, they got out of the way, but so right here, it catches front wheel on front wheel. Odie goes out.
Yeah. Yeah, so that front wheel on wheel contact, Turk was definitely like up, he was exceeding. That's not where he needed to be or wanted to be honest, but shot up, and that wheel to wheel contact, like you said, just whipped him into Odie, and that just chain reaction.
Yeah, a lot of speed going through there. I mean, without knowing the stat right off the bat, like into the 60 mile an hour, if not even to 70 mile an hour. So you can watch Ryan Turk just catch the front wheel of Odie Bakshi's right here.
Doink.
And then it pushes Odie wide.
Boom. It's crazy how much it shot Odie like to the right.
Well, all the momentum he had that would normally cause him to push around just went forward. So all that inertia, everything just went in a straight line. You can see it right there. And then that side one is what pushed out to the side. But I mean, regardless, as soon as that front wheel contact happened, it wasn't going to be good.
Judges talking to each other. Chris talking to the spotter, seeing what's going on here. And there's Odie and Ryan.
Yeah, they're both going to be pretty sore. Still smiles though. I mean, that's big smiles.
It wasn't malicious, obviously. Ryan, he definitely went out front. There it is, hugs for Ryan Turk. I mean, both cars maybe not be able to move on.
Yeah, they both have incredible teams with some of the best mechanics in the world, but that is really tough, and there's going to be damage to the front and to the back on that. So that is really tough, and both these drivers no strangers to big hits.
The other scenario is that was the first half of the battle.
Right.
Yeah, that was the first run, so they would have to, 1, fix their vehicle, 2, who's at fault. You get 10 minutes or 5. And yeah, they are saying that Turk is at fault, so Odi Bakshis would get 10-minute allotment. Ryan Turk would have to use his competition timeout, which he hasn't used yet, fortunately, but I don't know if 5 minutes is going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, 10 total is, I don't know if that's going to be enough to repair that amount of damage.
No, I mean, I'm saying 5 for Turk. That's a miracle. And
well, I don't know if Turk still has his 5 on. Oh yeah, he'd have to. Just only 5. Yeah, I highly doubt. Turk's team's going to be able to do that in 5.
Yeah.
And even Odi in 10 is tough. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a hard hit.
Hard to see.
Yeah, definitely. Small little brake tap going past that inside clip.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of a left foot breakthrough there, but I mean, we'd have to go back and check momentum to see if there was a slowdown. I didn't see a slowdown. I did see a left foot brake to get the back end of the car to kind of rotate around. Regardless, yeah, it's just nice to see that everybody is at least okay and got out of the car safe. And coming from the media pits, a lot of media guys back there, and I'm happy they're all good as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, round of applause again for Ryan Turk and Odi Bakshis. They could hear you. The work begins now. Again, 5 minutes. 5 minutes for Ryan Turk, 10 allotted for Odi Bakshis. If he wanted to use, again, another competition timeout, but here it is again.
Yeah, so I just want to see if we see a decel from Odi when he left foot brakes. It goes blue, it goes neutral, it doesn't go red, doesn't go yellow. So at least in my mind, he didn't decel. He definitely did, tap a left foot brake, but in that time, it is more than likely to make sure that that front end is able to get around that inside clip or to get the back end to step out a bit more.
Yeah, so kind of some scenarios playing out here. Odi Bakshis locked in for second overall in the championship, but would love to get the win. Crazy action. It's Irwindale. Thank you so much. Again, adding to the lights, the camera, the action, the fire, the build. Oh my gosh, such a good time. Thank you so much. Our first battle in top 16 ended unfortunately with Calamity. We'll see if they get their car back together.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術をすべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらないビヨンド・ザ・レボリューション The concept is racing.
There's
James Dean.
Yeah, twisting it on him.
Yeah.
So let's see how Jeff Jones does out front with this 4-time champion in his rearview mirror. Jeff's definitely got it in him.
Yeah.
He definitely does. And that Evo AutoWorks Nissan Z, you saw he was hanging with them. And now that fresh air, Jeff Jones. Oh boy, here we go. That corner is beat up. I think they're gonna try to fix it, but they got 5 minutes, man. That's a very little amount of time. Here we go, Jeff Jones out front, Evo AutoWorks. Initiates into that bank. Look at James Dean. Little lower, he works his way to the side of the Z. Look how deep Jeff Jones is. You see him hit the wall. His trunk pops up. And now in his second outside zone. Look at that. James Dean, he is mimicking him. He is diving in. We got wheel. We got contact. Jones maxing out the angle. Yo!
Man.
Jeff Jones.
That got interesting quick.
Yes, it did. Oh boy, look at this. We are all hands on deck, man, on Turk's car. Look at that. Cutting parts off.
All right, so Jeff Jones gets up to the wall right away, fills that zone, does a really good job, and does take James Dean a minute to really get situated. He never really does. That first outside zone, James Dean never really finds his pace. There was a ton of angle to the inside clip, and James mirrors it. Now through the second outside zone, it does take a second, once again, for James Dean to be able to get the car back. James never looks settled in the chase. Very uncharacteristic. I think we're already asking for a side-by-side here to really dissect things, but Jeff Jones out front looks good, adds a bit more angle to the second half of the first outside zone. Through transition, everything looks absolute gravy. And then right here, it's strange not to see James Dean get the car settled, right? It's always moving back and forth. It's always wavering. And, I mean, tons of proximity. That looks like James Dean era, like 2017, when you kind of got known for that, you know what I mean? Where you take the angle out and you, like, almost try and go front wheel on front wheel. But look at this. Love it. I mean, is Jeff Jones the kryptonite of James Dean?
Right? That's sick, man. You just see them hugging, laughing. That's great, man. The spirit here. You can see Brian there.
All right.
Turk's car. Let's look at it.
This is
I think you're right, man. It just does not look like the James we've seen previously. Like you said, kryptonite.
And Jeff is really stable. I mean, in the chase, he is really stable, and their lead runs are pretty close to each other. This is what I'm talking about. Look at Jeff, further back, but on a great line, whereas James is closer, but hunting. He's hunting the car in and out, whereas Jeff doesn't have the same proximity, but has a great line and has a matched angle. So it becomes that time-old debate of, is it proximity that's going to get the win, or is it proper line and proper angle? Gonna set a bit of a precedent here with the judges. No pressure, though, guys.
Yeah, no pressure. As you're looking now back again at Turk's pit, that front right corner. See if they can knock that thing off. They make these things modular.
Minute 40 to get that back and installed. That is easy business.
Wheel on, rolling. I don't think that's going to happen. Here we are. All right, slide him left for James Dean, right for Jeff Jones, and one more time, James Dean in.
One more time.
Going at it again. So there it is. Let's do it again, the boys. Let's do it again. James loving it. Jeff's loving it. He's having a great time. Jeff would love to get on the box here in Irwindale. We got 1 minute and 5 seconds. I think that's going to be all she wrote.
No, they've got the shock. They've got the suspension back in. They still have to get everything tied into lower control arm.
Hey, real quick, Reese Marin, could you throw on your headset? When we were off camera, you were elaborating on the Ryan Turk contact there with Odi Bakshis. Can you elaborate more?
Yeah. Ryan Turk and against Odi Bakshis.
Yes, Turk and Odi.
Yeah, so when we were coming in, we actually saw the contact. We saw that throughout the day we were watching, and we talked in the drivers' meeting in the beginning of the weekend. We were going to play a very close eye on left foot braking. And we've been observing that throughout the weekend through practices, through all the battles. We have been seeing some drivers have been applying the left foot brake, and it hasn't been disrupting anything momentum-wise or anything like that. We've also seen that people have been applying it onto the second inside clip as well. We believe that Odi has been doing that throughout the whole weekend. It's been fine, comes in, Ryan Turk surges forward a little bit, makes contact on the front, and then induces hitting the back of the car as well on Odie as well too, and just throws him into the wall there. So you can see that Turk was definitely trying to get into the pocket, maybe just a little bit too aggressive, and then things just kind of dominated from there.
Great explanation. Thank you so much, Reese Marin. All right, so we are seeing Ryan Turk. It looks like the clock has expired. That'll be all she wrote for Ryan Turk and his path to a
huge ladle.
Yeah, you are. All right, and we are seeing Ryan Turk, and unfortunately, that car can't catch a break. Let's go down to Cerise, who's with Ryan right now. That was a hard hit. How's he feeling, Cerise?
Yeah, it was a hard hit. You just, like Jared just said, you can't seem to catch a break tonight. You just gotten kind of the short end of the stick on this one. Unfortunately, your team was not able to put it together. However, the teamwork is incredible. How are you feeling right now?
I jammed my finger in the steering wheel a little bit, and my head's rung slightly, but not bad. Like, the car's got it the worst, obviously, and yeah, a bummer way to go out like that. When you touch somebody else's tire, when you're at angle, it literally just tears the steering wheel out of your hand, and you got no control over the car. So that was the result of that, unfortunately. And I thought we had a good lap going with Odie, and applied some pressure and was pretty strong throughout the whole course of the lap. And then I thought we were pretty synced up around inner 2, and then it all went bad 10 feet from the finish line. So that's what happens in motorsports sometimes. It's a bummer, but we learned a lot this event with the car and myself, and we feel like our driving leveled up from the beginning of the season. So a lot of great takeaways. Just a bummer we can't go into another round until Long Beach next year in April.
Yeah, we're definitely glad that you're okay. Love to see you in good spirits right now. We have Freddie coming into the pits and joining you. Just in general, this track has posed a lot of challenges for you drivers. Like I said, glad that you're okay, and we're excited for 2025.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cerise. And there, the Papadakis pit. Getting a little more crowded there with Freddie making his way over there, because here we are seeing the contact here.
Yeah, we do see green lights. So the question that I brought up is, should Osbo have lit off at that point? Should be accelerating at that point? We do have those decel lights in the front, and we do see that at least there, Osbo does get into the green, if you will. If you look at the light pillars, green means go. Green means he's moving forward. Red, decel, and then you see him back on green there and starting to go. Just did not get timed quite right from Dylan Hughes, who I believe will be taking a 5-minute as well. But yeah, the closing speed there from Dylan was just a lot. Hard to read. This is why when we saw Osbo do the same thing against Brandon Sorensen and nail it, we were so excited, because it's such a difficult move to do, to dive like that. But yeah, Dylan just not able to time it out correctly.
Yeah, that was a bad timing here. Taking a look at, you're talking about that decel area.
Yeah.
And
it does end just before the outside zone 2 begins. There is that little gap in there, which is, I guess, like an area for you to get back on throttle.
Look at that. Just a Rockstar logo just getting chomped at there by the dozer living up to his name. Boom. Dylan Hughes is at fault, like you said.
Yeah.
Just analyzing and breaking it down.
Yeah, it's always tough. We want to make sure we make the right call. The judges, looking over replays over and over again, just making sure. And really, those decel lights have been invaluable this season. It's I think it's a great addition to the sport, and yeah, it'll only get better as we go.
Yeah, Dylan Hughes at fault. So Dylan and Osbo. Next up, Connor and Adam. They are jumping into the burnout box, and we have yet to see somebody move on into the final 4. We started with Odie and Ryan.
Look at the size of the pupils on Osbo right now. That dude can see in the dark. It's crazy. Like an owl.
We're in bat country.
Yeah, it's a spirit animal. The owl.
Right. All right, Adam LZ, Connor Shanahan, both these guys in BMWs, both E36s.
Yep.
And there we are. Oh, we starting to wave down there? Let's go. Starting closer. Which side? Okay, this side. My man's getting him going. Here we go. Adam LZ, Connor Shanahan on the start line. Hype it up, Irwindale. Stomp your feet. Make some noise. Adam LZ, Connor Shanahan, the battle of blue beamers. Connor Shanahan's first time driving and drifting here at Irwindale. Adam LZ, great to see him progress on. We saw him get the win last year behind the old Ford Mustang. And now here he is campaigning his own vehicle. Shanahan tip to tail. Good angle from Adam LZ. Shanahan, he's chasing him down. LZ throws a little more angle at him up on the bank. Past that inside clip. Nice little transition there from Adam LZ. Good angle. Shanahan back there a little bit. Needs to get that proximity. Adam tight to the inside clip. And now that final outside zone. Well done. I mean, Adam, really, really solid run.
Yeah, really, really dialed. I mean, things were getting a little sloppy there earlier on for Adam, but he's got it dialed. I don't know what adjustments they've made to the car, but in his head, he has definitely made a few adjustments. Looks very just confident through this run, making the correct moves. And then Shanahan, just so ballsy. Just the things he does, the way he drives is crazy, especially for a car that he's really never driven before, at a track he's never driven at before. It's super cool to see how quickly he can adapt and what he's able to do with components and tracks and cars and everything that he's just not used to. So breaking it down, really, Adam does a good job through this first outside zone. Connor gets in deep. Adam starting to drag him into deep waters, really holding that angle through both for both cars through that zone. Transitioning out, Connor doesn't quite get the same angle through the inside clip. And then Adam just stable all the way through this, and then Shanahan wavering a bit, trying to get back into the pocket, having to take some angle out. Adam could have been a little bit deeper through the second inside clip, but crushes it through the third outside zone as we flip over to the field suspension race team.
Look at Odie, he's all hands on deck. Obviously, he's a mad scientist with the field suspension.
Yeah.
See the Wise Fab.
Trying to get the axles out.
All right, Shanahan will now lead. Adam LZ giving chase. Are we going to have our first Final Four victor or Final Four attendee? Shanahan, Red Bull, Garagistic, BMW. Shanahan, LZ giving him some distance, but right like that, gets up to the side of him, no problem. Little tap on the brakes. This guy's getting a little slam dance, little mosh pit transition. Not working out for LZ, had to back off, and that might end up biting him. Shanahan dragging bumper. Shredding, oh my gosh, there's parts being actually thrown into Adam LZ's face. Want to see the different angle there from LZ.
Yeah, it seemed like he got caught in the smoke a bit coming off of outside zone 1, but I like how Adam sticks back a little bit for the initiation. He's able to dive in, starts to supersede Connor just a little bit. I'd like to see him back on the line, and right here, Connor really hucks things, and Adam just
out of there,
bathed in smoke, and then transitions back out. He's on the wrong line, and that's the tough part. But he does a good job of getting things back to where he needs to. Just starts hunting a little bit and not able to get the car settled through the second outside zone. Whereas Connor, I mean, that line was really, really nice, as the judges already calling for a side-by-side. BC Racing getting a lot of their sponsorship dollars in the side-by-sides we're getting tonight, because this is wild what we're seeing. Just top-tier driving and just guys hucking things. And Irwindale is such a tough track because if you screw up at all, I mean, we've already seen it tonight. Those are the consequences. And to be able to huck things like that is just incredible.
Shanahan out of the car, going over, talking to Adam LZ, seeing what's up.
Let's wait for that side-by-side to come up. So let's see here with the lead. Is there any major differences from the lead? Both cars look good. Then in the chase, Connor's further back, but Adam might have a bit more proximity. You see a little bit of wavering, though, in that chase through the transition. Adam does a really good job, but Connor's tighter through the inside clip. And then right there, that's where the issue is in the chase. Leads-wise, they look pretty similar. Connor's does seem slower with this side-by-side. And through 3, man, that's really tough, though. I mean, both drivers have to be super proud of what they did right there. That was just epic driving, and then just a small mistake from Adam made it look a little bit bigger when we came to the second outside zone.
Yep. All right. These guys waiting for a verdict. Shanahan and LZ. Let's slide them left for LZ, right for Shanahan. And Shanahan gets 1, 2 votes. Shanahan takes out Adam LZ. Shanahan continues on. First time at Irwindale, and he's in the Final Four. Adam LZ knocked out, just too big a mistake on that transition. You saw him, straighten out to gain that proximity, but just too big a mistake there for Adam. So again, a great effort there. Great season for Adam LZ. I mean, he should be finishing, I believe, 5th, maybe even 4th. But now I think, because there was, about 50 points. So I don't know if Hero going out. I think he might. We'll see. So look at that, Simon Olsen, hands on deck, getting over there to Odie's vehicle. Seeing this clock, I'm assuming, I'm gathering that that's probably the 10-minute clock as opposed to the 5 minutes. So, 1 minute left in the 5.
This is the final clock.
So this is 15 minutes. This is it.
Yeah,
no, that's going to be it. So, and that was the first battle of their battles.
Now,
but what I would think, because it was Ryan's fault, that basically Odie would advance on, but then can't compete in the next round. So it would be a bye run for the winner of James Dean and Jeff Jones. I'm getting a little head nod there from Brian. Is that that's how it would proceed? And that was run 1. So basically, Turk's out.
Yeah, Turk.
They're both out.
Yeah.
They're both out. Turk's at fault. I mean, Odie would advance on, but he can't go on further in the competition. He's in the Final 4, but cannot compete. So the winner of James Dean, Jeff Jones, would then theoretically move on with him making that. That's an incomplete.
Yeah. So realistically, if James Dean incompletes in the chase earlier than Jeff Jones did, there might be a spot here. And I mean, we're not done. This is not even close to over.
No.
So Jeff Jones still has a chance. Do not count Jeff Jones out ever. Man.
I love drifting.
I love drifting.
I love lamp. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shirt coming on.
I love it. All right, here we are taking a look at Jeff Jones now up front. Jeff Jones up front, James Dean in the chase position. And here comes Jones. Jones initiates James Dean. As long as he keeps it moderately close, nothing too crazy, he should be moving on into the Final 4. Our 4-time champ, our 2024 champion. Look how big the Mustang looks. Looking like menacing over the 370Z. Looks like the movie Twins cover. Like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger next to each other. So, hey, round of applause for Jeff Jones, forcing the champ into it one more time. Yeah, burn them off, baby. Big drift energy. All right, so let's slide him left for James Dean. Make it official. Jeff Jones, unfortunately knocked out, but hold your head high, homeboy. James Dean gets the win. So James and Odie, but James gets the fast pass into the finals, but Odie does have a shot to podium because he is their #1 qualifier. Before we see our next battle, let's throw it down to Trey, who's, again, FD staff. He has some updates on the action.
All right, thanks so much. Yes, I am. I'm here with my boy Trey. Trey, the team is having a little come down right now. Will you please walk us through the clock and the expiration?
Yeah, so the first 10 minutes they spent trying to do both rear corners of the car and a front tie rod. They got one rear corner finished up. This rear corner, they were having some trouble with rounded off bolts and ended up not being able to make it through the 10 or their 5. So looks like Odie's not going to be able to continue on in his night.
Mm-hmm. And for our viewers, would you mind just explaining the breakdown of the clock for them?
Yeah, so due to Odie not being at fault in the collision without complete on the run, he gets 10 minutes, and then everybody gets a 5-minute call one time throughout the night. So,
yeah, not the outcome that we were hoping for, but the outcome that we got. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cerise. Thank you, Trey. And interesting enough, you know, we're okay. Here we are looking at the clock of Odie Bakshis, and that's where it retired. But we're while Cerise was talking to Trey, Odie will get 3rd place.
Yeah.
Odie gets 3rd place because he's the highest finishing qualifier. Odie will get 3rd because he's #1 qualifier. So with him being in 4th place, Odie will get 3rd place. Yeah, that should how it be going down.
Should how it be going down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said. When we come back, the Calamity continues here at the House of Drift, Irwindale Speedway. Thank you so much for joining us here. We have the other side of the Final Four bracket, talking about Frederick Osbo and Dylan Hughes, our final battle in the Grade 8 when we come back.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the two abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California.
K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
In drifting, everything's a mental game.
Boom! Perfect.
If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Turk is back at it. He wants it.
All right, we are back here, Irwindale, as we get our drivers back into the box. Looks like Frederick Osbo is back. Dylan Hughes is back. Both these drivers ready to battle, take things on, keep things rolling. I want to take a quick moment, and I think everybody should. Maybe in a second here, we're going to say happy birthday to the Beer Wolf, to the big man next to me. So on the count of three, I'd love to get a big happy birthday to Jared. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to you, Jacob. Great job this year. Great working with you, man. You've learned a lot, and you're a fan. You saying I love drifting, that speaks volumes. And again, you've cut your teeth, so you deserve to be up here. So thanks for all you've done this season. And again, thank you to my family, my lovely wife and kids, and thank you to all the fans and the FD family. You guys are absolutely awesome. I would not be here if it wasn't for Ryan Sage and Jim Lamb. So thank you. Here we go. Here's our battle. Who's a final contender in the Final Four? Dylan the Dozer Hughes, that Royal Purple BMW. Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo, and that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. Dylan Hughes, great line, good angle, good fluidity from Dylan Hughes. Now remember, these guys had contact. Dylan Hughes went hard in the side of Osbo. Dylan working it out, getting into that outside zone, goes past that inside clip, transition pass, and into that last outside zone. Ooh. Freddie almost got contact there, shuts it down. Now, keep in mind, this is the second half of this battle.
Correct.
Because Dylan went hard. I'm sure we're going to see a side-by-side.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan looks really, really good through here. Would like to see him slightly deeper through that zone. We're just getting nitpicky, but when you come this far in the competition, that's what we're asking for. But yeah, Dylan, really, really quick. Osbo playing the very patient game, the very grown-up game of not diving in, not doing anything too crazy, still keeping an active chase, keeping a decent line, and it's not the most exciting thing, but that's what you need to do. The only question I got there is, I mean, Osbo is supposed to finish across the line with carrying control of his vehicle. Got a little wily, but is that, does that supersede what happened previously?
Right.
I don't think so.
No. I mean, Dylan came in like Miley Cyrus, dude, like a wrecking ball. Yeah, that was insane. He knew he needed to, push, but not literally. He got all bucked up, dude. He got all wild. Got too wild. As Frederick Osbo gets the win. Frederick Osbo unanimously gets the win. He is in the Final Four. He'll be going against Connor Shanahan on the other side. So, Connor Shanahan, Frederick Osbo, and now, again, James the Machine Dean, Odie Bakshis.
Yeah, Osbo Shanahan will be super, super cool.
Got to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I wish Shanahan was in the car that he started out with, which was Rome's previous competition vehicle, the E36. But again, using Matt Moomi's car, skinning it. It's good, but this isn't the car that he got the win with in Orlando earlier this year. So, just being familiar with the car, being familiar with the setup.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't drifting just about the underdog story? Like, everything he's gone through, the fact that he's just even in the Final Four is incredible.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. To have him at perfect stature, to be in the car that he's used to and so comfortable with, to see what he could do at that point, there'll always be that what if. So yeah, we're gonna be pushing things through here. Osbo's got to go back to the pits and get some fresh tires put on, as we'll be taking a look over this paddock here, this incredible facility. I mean, it really is iconic. If you've never been here before, it's got a feeling, it's got a vibe. These grandstands, they whisper.
They whisper, they yell, they shout.
They stomp their feet.
Shout at the devil. All right. So James Dean, it's a good time. Who's your guys in F1?
I don't really have them.
I just hope both teams have fun.
No, I don't know. I like the science of the sport, to be perfectly honest. My wife is a massive Max Verstappen fan. Has a Max Verstappen tattoo.
Her favorite ice cream is vanilla too. I'm joking. Max is talented. I'm poking the bear because it's fun. Obviously, everybody's sad to see Danny Rick go.
That's rough.
Best smile in F1.
Yeah, hopefully he can find something cool to do that's like adjacent, or you know what, dude, just take a break for a bit.
He was out and then he got back in. Yeah. He was number 3. He was perfect. It was sick. It was great.
Great story.
Yeah, really good story. Yeah, you love it. Dude, Lewis going to Ferrari, that's going to be sick next year.
Wow, next year's
that's going to be dope. Yeah, it's exciting. That's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome. Dude, Russell's stepping up, like shaking it up, dog. Love it. All right, so as we segue off of Formula One, let's take a look at Frederick Osbo making his way to the start line. And hey, shout out to Kirk Miller. Homeboy watching right now. And Eye in the Sky, Sim Magic, Extreme Racing Sim Magic, the official simulators of Formula Drift. And making his way slowly. We got some fans that are riled up out there. Stomp your feet, Irwindale. This ain't over yet, baby. Yeah, we got an earthquake. We got a driftquake.
Fans do get a little rowdy here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
they're hardcore, dude. Again, I always say Atlanta's my number 1. Number 2, it depends on the weather, literally.
You know what, right now, Irwindale's my number 1.
Irwindale, yeah. I just don't want to. I don't want to get jumped. Here we go. Check it. Take a look. There you are. Hey, let's start a wave real quick. Let's start a wave. Right there. Those closest to right there. Your right-hand side. On 3, let's start a wave. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on now. There we go. Yo, Irwindale. And send it back. There's a rip current. Stand up, sit down, and stand back up. Ready, go. Send it back, send it back, send it back. Boom. Look at that. Send it back. Keep it going, keep it going. Go to VIP. Go to the VIP stands. Keep it going, coming your way. Those standing room only, come on now. Coming your way. Oh yeah, send it back. Steve Mateus over there, rock star. I know he's over there in the VIP. Send it back that way. Send it back. little ripple, little tide pool over there, over to the big ocean. That is the major grandstand. We got flashing lights up there.
So we got a party going on one of the booths.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Look at this. Norway versus Ireland. And then you got another Irish driver, James Dean, waiting. Again, the winner goes against James Dean in the finals. The loser is guaranteed third place. Here we go. Frederick Osbo, Connor Shanahan. Osbo got Shanahan's number earlier before. 1-800-SEND IT. That's right. We're about to send it. Lick the stamp. COD, cash on delivery, cash money. Let's get it going. Frederick Osbo, Norwegian Hammer, dropping it on old Shanahan, the Shadow. Let's see if he lives up to it. He hasn't fully shadow mode just yet. Again, this backup car, Magmumi's vehicle that he's borrowed here. And Freddie will be out front. Here we go, Frederick Osbo in the Supra. Shanahan in that chase position, tip to tail. Freddie crawls, stalls,
cone hit,
and re-racks. Oh,
cone hit.
Cone hit.
I was watching for it too.
Cone hit. Cat legs. As we are seeing them re-rack and pull back to the line. If you could build a car, which car would it be?
I still want a diesel drift Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Love some diesel drift cars.
Little Gottville action.
I'm soaked, man. Once you start seeing them in the wild, it's
I had no idea you had bro in you. I mean, you do wear a beanie in 90-degree weather, so you are kind of broy.
A little bit. Been known to bro down.
Bro down.
Bro down.
All right, bro down, throw down.
What about you? Limousine, so you can fit me?
No, FCRX7.
Handsome.
I just ignored the statement that you said, by the way. Frederick Osbo, Connor Shanahan. Frederick Osbo initiates. Shanahan, the Shadow. There he is. There you are, Peter. As Frederick Osbo in the outside zone. Let's see the transition. There we go into the second outside zone. Shanahan, oh, little bumper tap, throws him out of shape. Freddie keeps on, keeping on. Dropping the hammer, dropping the screwdriver, dropping the nails. Frederick Osbo, solid lead run. Shanahan was close, but he hit that wall, and the wall don't forgive. People don't forget.
Yeah, people love this, man. I mean, I'm so here for this. This is great. I mean, the fact that, once again, Shanahan's barely driven this car and he is driving like that it speaks volumes as to his abilities. So let's take a look here. Frederick Osbo out front, right to initiation and right there. As you say, Connor's the Shadow Shanahan in the pocket the entire time, mirroring exactly what Osbo is doing as they come through this transition. But, oh, man, like Shanahan's right there. Now we get into the second outside zone. A little bit of a tap, and it pulls the angle out of Shanahan, who gets back on throttle, a couple of clutch kicks, gets back in there, and then continues the run. So that one small mistake from Shanahan, that's it. That's the only mistake that I'm looking at here. But, man, his ability to get in there, and then this transition to the inside clip is just, I mean, chef's kiss. Look at this. Dang. Dives in, gets even closer to that inside clip than Osbo does, pulls back out into the second outside zone, just gets a little bit of a wobble in, able to reinitiate, get the car back to angle. Osbo, I mean, even with that mistake, Osbo's got his work.
Yeah. Yes, chef. Sorry, you said chef's kiss.
I know. Behind.
Corner. Back. Watched The Bear too many times.
Just a few.
Well, you lived it.
I was going to say I lived it.
Yeah,
for
you
a
lived
while.
it there. Yeah, that's PTSD.
A little bit.
All right, here we go. Connor Shanahan out front. He's the Shadow up front. That doesn't work. Obviously, like Peter Pan. Again, there you are, Peter. Here we go. Connor Shanahan, that Red Bull Garageistic BMW. Frederick Osbo is, again, chasing him down. Great job by Shanahan. Now coming around that inside clip. Let's see the transition. This is where Shanahan had that mistake. Freddie! Oh, and Shanahan gets a little out of shape once again. He's like a masseuse. And now coming back into that last outside zone. Shanahan pulling away a little bit.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. Something there.
Side by side.
Definitely something there.
See what Keith Sarlos thinks. He's got a glass of nice wine. Watching up there in Los Olivos, my man. Keith's watching.
Rockstar team looking on to see what is going on. What are they going to be able to move on? I mean, epic run. I wouldn't celebrate too early, boys. So let's get back to our airforce.com replay. Look at Shanahan just absolutely sending it into the wall there, grinding it. I don't know if Sam Magmumi knew what he signed up for when he donated that car. And then Shanahan just on throttle through this transition. We get the left foot brake to hold it through that inside clip. And I thought Osbo right there was going to get into some trouble. Able to back it in. Shanahan, though, cranking that rear quarter panel into the wall. No mechanical sympathy whatsoever. Does not care that this is someone else's car. He's just here to party. Love the style of drifting. That being said, Frederick Osbo, keeping things going. Look at these guys. I mean, friends, competitors at the end of the day. We're talking about one of the most legendary drivers in Frederick Osbo and one of the fastest up-and-coming stars in Connor Shanahan. Just great to see. The whole team pumped. We got
Rob, get out of their pits, dude. Look at Rob's talking smack, dude.
I know he's over there. He's like, I think this is what's going on as we take that BC Racing custom coilover side by side. Let's see here. Just great runs from both of them. Osbo just so dialed. Going back to that robotic way where there seems like there's no corrections. He's able to drive this car with almost no input, nothing changing. And then Shanahan just aggressive, but same spot for Shanahan both times where he came out of angle both times with some contact. Just being aggressive. That's it. Just driving aggressive. Driving like I love it.
Is Rob jumping teams? What's going on here?
He's over there to talk some smack. He's
all right. All right, Freddie, now he's going to take off his signature Simpson lid. There are so many great personalities behind the scenes, under the cars, driving the trucks. Obviously, we could have a reality show.
Should have one.
We should absolutely. Here we go. Slide him left for Freddie, right for Connor Shanahan, and Frederick Osbo gets the win. Freddie gets the win, and he is going against James Dean. Shanahan gets third place. Shanahan will receive third place. All right, so let's Jeremy Bay watching from New York. Shout out to my boy Jay Bay, Hot Bay in the building. And there it is. So,
where we got Mario?
Mario, Sean. All right, Cerise, what was Rob? Ask them. What was Rob saying to them? What was Rob saying to you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a question from Jared himself. What was Rob saying to you guys?
He's saying, "We'll see you guys on the podium."
Okay.
Literally, see you guys on the podium.
He said more than that.
He said more than that. Yeah.
It's a family show. Can't really say much more.
I was going to say, you guys were all giggles a second ago, and now he turns on his professional voice.
Smelling a certain way, and we'll just leave it at that.
All right, cool. Well, you heard it here first. What was that? Something about his breath smelling?
Yeah, he needs some gum.
Got it. Heard. Awesome. Well, get this man some gum and get back out there.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Again, catching the energy. This is our final round. This is our final battle of our 21st season of the Formula Drift Championship. Was started in, again, 2004, 4 rounds of competition. 3-time champ versus a newly crowned 4-time champ. James Dean, Frederick Osbo. There you can see, again, James Dean, obviously between Odie and Turk, the buck stops there. James Dean, he goes to the finals. Freddie over there.
The lead.
No.
Yes.
What?
100%.
You're crazy.
I know.
No way.
So we turn him around and
turn around every now and then I get a. All right. What do we got here? James the Machine Dean, send it for the final time of 2024. Or is it? They go one more time. James pulls away against Frederick Osbo. High on the bank, high on the wall. Freddie backs down. James Dean is going to be not only your champ, but your winner. As long as he keeps it sideways across the finish line. James Dean adds another podium to his 2024 season, solidifying that he is the best damn drifter in the world. 4-time champion, 21 championships overall, 4 podiums, 4 wins. Unbelievable. Make some noise for James the Machine Dean.
Just incredible. I mean, I don't know what happened there with Osbo, but what I can say is that James Dean laid down one of the craziest first outside zones that we've ever seen. And maybe that's the cause of it. Maybe he just drugged, Frederick Osbo into deep waters, put him into a place in the wall that he's never been before, as we see the love from Frederick Osbo for the fans here in Irwindale.
Class act.
Just absolute class act. I mean, such an incredible ambassador for the sport. This was epic. James Dean, man.
Light him up, baby! James the Machine Dean. Come on, kids. Come on.
I'm
flabbergasted.
I am. I'm flabbergasted. This has been the most incredible season of my life, and just one of the most incredible events I've ever been a part of. And I'm so grateful and so thankful for you, for Sage, for the entire organization, for all the fans here. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in here and apply my enthusiasm and my love for the sport in front of everybody.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Stepping out of the car, some hugs. What went wrong for Freddie, the Rockstar Supra?
I really don't know, but James Dean was on an absolute heater, and you just see Freddie's car break up, shut down something. But man, James Dean, even with that, he didn't get the memo because he laid down one of the craziest leads that we saw all weekend. Look at the angle.
What'd you say? He's got some rocket fuel in the tank?
He does. He does every single time. He's able to. Just when you think he's got a perfect run, he adds more to it. He's the kid who got 110 on the exam.
Sauce boss. He stayed after class. Extra credit. Still smiling. He's got a lot of Ireland on his shoulders, and he is pure cork, baby. Congratulations to Ireland. Look at this guy. Round of applause. Love it. Love it. Well done. They're doing the Batman thing? Is that what's going on here? Here it is, the Air Force replay. Just looked like he just lost power and shut it down, and that's a salvageable, definitely, just lost power.
Yeah, you can see him fighting with the steering wheel, trying to do something, but
just parked it.
Yeah, car went down.
Ford wins the championship once again, back-to-back. Chelsea Denofa last year, now James the Machine Dean. 4 events he won out of 8, 50% of the rounds.
Yeah, one of the most dominant seasons in drifting history.
Shanahan, his fellow Irishman, fellow countryman. Shanahan gets 3rd place. He'll be on the box. But what a great podium overall here in round 8, and as well as the overall championship. The hugs all around from other drivers. There's Graham from Heatwave giving him hugs. See Matt Marcoux from RTR. And let's just talk to one man himself. We talked to him. Cerise, down to you. Cerise, James, he's ready to do it again, I feel like.
Yeah, there's definitely has to be something in the water over in Ireland because we have 2 people on the podium. However, Ford is having an absolutely phenomenal time right now. Ford and RTR, you have back-to-back championships. There's so much energy running through your body right now. Explain to the people what this means for you.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable dream firstly having all my family, Becky, everyone back home from Ireland supporting here, lots of friends as well that made the trip over to support this, and it went out way better than what I expected. And for the whole Ford situation, driving a Mustang, I started when I was 14 years old driving a Ford Sierra, and that car cost me €200, and to go from that, let's say, a pretty bad car to this absolute monster and achieve more than my wildest dreams is just unbelievable. So thank you to everyone that supports me. It's been a dream. It's been a pleasure driving here tonight, trying our best. And I'm sorry for Frederick in the final. Mechanical issue, but no matter what, we were still, until that happened, having a serious battle. And great battles tonight with Matt Field as well, Jeff Jones, and what a way to finish an amazing year.
Absolutely, and that was a fight to the finish. Frederick, would you please join us? You are a phenomenal driver yourself, 2-time champion. However, James Dean did come through at the end, proving that you are the championship. 3-time champion, apologies. Now, give us some context here of what it means to give the championship to this man as a winner yourself.
I mean, he's arguably the best, right? And not just arguably, he is the freaking best, right? And I remember seeing this guy in Ireland back in the day. He was just as tall, but he was a few years younger. And you could see it in his eyes, right? We came here to the States at the same time, 2008, and we were absolute, fresh off the boat at the time. And over the years, we've learned a lot. He's accomplished a lot. We've accomplished a lot too, but there's still another level, and that is this guy.
Where is Shanahan? We need to get a message from the youth of the population. Now, you are here on podium with absolutely gnarly drivers. I mean, give us an insight into what's going on in your brain right now as you reach this new generation of FD drivers.
Yeah, what an honor it is to be joined with, you know, as Asbo said, arguably the best in the world. But I think tonight the point is proven. I'm sorry, Asbo, but he is the best in the world. He's the guy that we've all looked up to. You know, he showed us that the dream was possible, and to witness literally driving in the same championship and show that he's the first ever to win 4 is absolutely insane. I said it at the start of this year that you're going to see the scariest version of James Dean than you've seen in a long time. So congrats, buddy. I'm proud. I know the work that you put in. You live, breathe this sport, and you're an inspiration to every single driver who gets behind the wheel. But I'm pumped. P3 in a car what rocked up last night, not even branded. I don't even know anything about this car. I couldn't even tell you what engine's in. So I'm happy. I drove the wheels off the thing, fell into lag against Asbo on the transition going into the wall, and was so annoyed because I was like, it would be a magical story if it was another final with me and James. But I drove my heart and soul out this year, honestly. I've been struggling. The cars have, you know, been super difficult for me to drive, but I'm happy. And to wrap it up at the podium, I'll be back next year to make sure hopefully James doesn't win a 5th one.
Guys, the character and sportsmanship on this track is incredible. Please give it up one more time for your 2024 FD Podium.
Thank you so much, Cerise. Great job, again, working with you, Cerise Taylor. And there's the podium. 2 Irishmen and a Norwegian walk into a bar, and it's going to get wild.
Yeah.
Tonight and tomorrow, the banquet. When we come back, we are going to sign off and have a great time. If you're here in the building, come join us at the podium. What an amazing event. What a nightcap on an amazing season. Join us at the podium. And again, congratulations to James Dean. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4-time champion. Congratulations.
More.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or Monster Jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way. The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If the first thing you think of when you see a pickup truck is this kind of hauling, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
So as the crowd streams out, there is love in the air. James the Machine Dean, his lady Becky by his side. They've been dating for a few years, and again, 4-time champ, winner of round 8, 4 wins this season. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Speechless. The best drifter in the world.
Yeah.
The best drifter in the world. 21 championships amongst many different sanctioning bodies. And he's just got nothing but just a big personality. He's a tall gentleman and just overall just a gentleman at that.
Yeah,
Jacob, your thoughts on everything.
It begs the question, what's next for James Dean? Where do you go from here? Do you just keep dominating? Do you just invent your own sport to try and win at that too? I have no idea. I'm going to ask him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and again, thank you for everything you've done this season. AutoZone podcast, the podcast on the Podium. Great insight, good times this year. Thank you so much for joining me up here. Of course, Matt Sopa for doing ProSpec. This particular round, thank you to Cerise Taylor. Great job by her. Thank you, of course, to the lovely Lorette Nickel. And guess what? We'll see you in Long Beach. 2025. There is the season. Long Beach, California. Atlanta, Orlando, E-Town, wash, rinse, repeat, but stay tuned. You always stay tuned. You know, Southern California, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to put a little carrot out there a little bit, but stay tuned. SEMA show, we kind of announced it before SEMA show. We traditionally have announced it there over the last couple of years. We've been announcing it beforehand, but stay tuned. We got so many exciting things going on. Love the drifting family, not just Formula Drift, but drifting overall is such a beautiful motorsport. There's degrees of it, from just a fan base to Pro-Am, Pro-Spec, Pro. There's a space for everybody. It's not inclusive, it's not exclusive, or it's inclusive, not exclusive, thank you. But just overall, what a great season, man. Jacob, I'll see you tomorrow night at the banquet, or see you tomorrow morning at my house.
Yeah.
But thanks, man.
Thank you. And
Yep.
thanks to all the fans and everybody in FD and production and all the people you don't get to see or hear about or meet. Thank you so much for letting us, be in your living rooms with you.
Yep. Thank you to Vernon. Thank you to Brian Eggert. Thank you to Robin Sheeta and Reese Peanut Butter Cup Marin. Thank you so much. Thank you to Ryan Sage, Jim Lau, all the staff, all the hardworking crew, on track, off track. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our families. And thank you to the fans. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. We'll see you in Long Beach, where we are going to send it once again. Good night.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play. I'm put up a good fight. Just give me good fight. Damn right. You know I play right. Put up a good fight. You know. Never go slow or hard like a rhino. Stop on the cover. We gotta live pronto. Your friends like Colombo. You be the judge like Rondo. Never stop on the cover. We gotta live pronto. Your friends like Colombo. You be the judge like Rondo.